When you leave the country on an airplane, you're subject to search, initially by TSA, but also by Border Control. But what exactly can be searched takes us to this week's case. It involves a real man, Hamza Kosu. He was a Turkish citizen. He was leaving the country. And as he was doing so, some firearms parts were found in his baggage, and the Border Control then engaged in a generalized search, including the contents of his cell phone. Now, they engaged in a forensic search of his cell phone. Forensic search of a cell phone means you go into the cell phone and you look at what's there. You look at the contacts, you look at any memos that are there, you look at any kind of materials, any written papers that are in electronic form that are stored in the cell phone. He argued, through his attorneys, he argued, this is illegal. You have to have specific suspicion in order to engage in this kind of a search. It has to be very similar to probable cause. Federal government on the other side argued, no, we can engage in generalized searches at the border. That's allowed. He said this was more than a generalized search. It was a very thorough search of my cell phone, and that was beyond what's allowed in a generalized search. Well, this case wound its way through the federal court system and wound up at the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. And there the court heard all of the arguments, considered the evidence, and said, sir, you are right. You are right. When you are subject to a search at the border by either Border Control or TSA, it is necessary, before there can be a search of materials that are considered to be basically your private papers, as could be found in a cell phone or in a computer, a laptop computer, that there has to be something very similar to probable cause, or must be probable cause, before they can be searched. In this instance, the facts demonstrate that there was not any real probable cause, and that Border Control went too far. Yes, Border Control can engage in a generalized search. They can look through your baggage, they can basically do a pat-down or do various other things. But when it comes to getting your individualized private papers that are contained on a cell phone or in a laptop, it is necessary that there be either probable cause or a suspicion very similar to probable cause before it can be searched. So what do we learn from this? What we learn from this is, certainly while we can be subject to searches as we are leaving the country, or generally as you're traveling throughout the country by TSA, the actual contents of your cell phone, the actual contents of your laptop cannot be accessed without your permission, unless law enforcement has a suspicion that you are engaged in a particular crime of which access to that cell phone or that laptop is necessary. Okay, bringing this case, you bring cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.